Rockstar Gang, what up? What up? Appreciate everyone. Join the live stream again. Do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new content. Welcome to the stream. Of course, your host is always Clay Ropp, the Rockstar Report. If you like NFL content, if you like Carolina Panthers content, you're at the right place. Brought to you by BetUS. Shout out to BetUS. Sign up for free to bet today. Get up to 3 bets with 150% bonus on your first 3 bets that they'll match. They'll match up to 150%. So you bet $100, they'll match up to 150. So make sure you sign up for free today and make sure you use my link. All right, it helps out the channel. All right, so shout out to BetUS as our sponsorship. So, man, with the number 8 overall pick, the Carolina Panthers select. Who do they select? With the number 8 overall pick, the Carolina Panthers select who? Do they pick Abdul Carter? Do they pick Mason Graham? Do they pick Will Johnson? Do they pick Tatoria McMillan? Do they pick Michael Williams? Do they pick Malachi Starks? Right? Do they pick Jahad Campbell out of Alabama? Do they pick Travis Hunter out of Colorado? Right? There's so many guys that they could pick. Do they trade back with the number 1 overall pick? So many outcomes, so much to talk about, and so many guys to look forward to, really. I think any of those guys I named, I wouldn't be mad about, right? I would not be mad about it. Right. I mean, especially we need playmakers. We need guys who can make an immediate impact. And I feel like each and every one of those guys in their own right could make an impact. Right. I'm not a big Travis Hunter fan, but I think he could make an immediate impact. I think it just depends. Right. Who you want the Panthers to draft? Zai asked me. What's going on, Earl Locklear? Appreciate you joining. Who do I want? I think Abdul Carter makes the most sense. Like, if they're going to stick with this 3-4 defense with Evero, you got to go with Abdul Carter because of the versatility he brings, right? Like, if they go and get Abdul Carter, I mean, we're in desperate need. Like, you could flip-flop Mason Graham for 1 and 2, but my number 1's Abdul Carter. Like, you're in desperate need of a constant pass rush pressure. We don't have that here in Carolina. We haven't had that in a while, right? So for me, you have to go with the guy that's going to get you the most pressure. And so I think Abdul Carter obviously is one of the most logical, widely predicted selections. Like Penn State, I mean, the guy's a standout athlete, explosive athlete. He's got a relentless motor, capable of wreaking havoc off the edge. His background as a former linebacker adds the versatility to his game, right? It's enabling him to drop into coverage during zone blitzes package. That's something that Carolina's defense could utilize effectively, right? So I think he would be I think Abdul Carter. When I think of Abdul Carter, I think that he would immediately step in as a cornerstone edge rusher. I think he would provide the Panthers that dynamic threat to help out on this defensive line. Then you get a healthy Derek Brown back. A'Shawn Robinson had 5.5 sacks this past year. You get a healthy DJ Wanham. You got a Jadeveon Clowney veteran, right? You have, and so that means you got depth in that position. And you saw that Ashawn Robinson and can I think can be a guy that seriously is underrated. I'm 34. Tyler Warren's a tight end, my guy. But I think Rock Jones is right though. I think Rock Jones is right. I think that um I think the thing is that Carter will go top 5. I could see it. I could see him going top 5. I really could. I could see him going top 5 very easily. Tyler Warren. Oh, you want to get Tyler Warren in the first and then get an edge rusher in the second. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Down 34. My bad. My bad. My bad. What's up, Mr. Hunky Dory? Appreciate you, man. Tuesday, Wednesday, you guys in the Carolina look like you're getting some snow and ice. Yeah. I don't know what's going on, man. This weather is just. Can we go back to summer? Can spring come any faster? Like I'm already ready back to be in shorts and in a t-shirt. It's Abdul Carter than Mason Graham in that order. Palmetto Panther, you're absolutely correct, my friend. But again, like you can make the case for Mason Graham. I think Mason Graham, right, is if Carter's off the board and the Panthers opt to address that interior of defensive line, I think Mason Graham would be an outstanding alternative. Like I think having that rotation or even having that depth there, maybe you decide to move Derek Brown or Ashawn Robinson, or you put Mason Graham at the nose tackle if they go with a 3-4. I'm not opposed to that. I just think Mason Graham's better fit for a 4-3 defense, right? Right? You know, um, you need the defensive line it could be a disruptive force with all three of those guys. I think that Mason Graham excels against both the run and the pass. He's got this blend of power and agility that allows him to anchor the line of scrimmage, and he can collapse that pocket from the interior. And that's traits that you can't teach, and that would benefit our defense, and that struggle to control the trenches. You pair him, like I said, you pair Graham with Derek Brown, Ashawn Robinson. I like that. I like that defensive front, right? I'm just not sure if Mason Graham's a true 3 technique nose tackle that you need, right? You need a guy who's going to put his hand in the dirt and get nasty, right? Like I think that Graham's consistency, he's got a high motor, which is so valuable. I think that, and again, we've got to build this team. We've got to build this defense capable of supporting this offense, right? So in the long run, um, in the long run, I just feel like though Mason Graham would be better fit for a 4-3 defense. And if we went back to that 4-3, I just think he's a better fit. I do. I think he's a better fit if we went back to the 4-3. But you never know. You never know. I mean, I think the more depth we have between the defensive front and the outside, the better, right? The better. I mean, again, you can make a case for a lot of those guys I mentioned. Will Johnson, that's a guy you could make a case for, right? And we're going to do a mock draft. We're going to break guys down, but you could make a case for a guy like Will Johnson, man. Like the reason why that is you could even say, well, we need to go draft Will Johnson. Well, why is that? Well, we needed somebody else besides a Caleb Farley or a Mike Jackson helping out helping out your Pro Bowl corner and JC Horn. I mean, you know what I mean? Like it don't make no sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me why, you know, um, to go after to not have somebody else to help him out on the other side when all you had last year was Mike Jackson, Caleb Farley, Dane Jackson. Like that's not enough help. Like you need more help in that in the corner room. I think Will Johnson is a guy who can definitely help out a JC Horn. I think he's got solid value there. Um, I think his ability to blanket top tier receivers, which we saw, could elevate that corner room to an elite unit. Like, and that's the thing. You draft Johnson, that would allow Evero to deploy more creative schemes, right? You enable the front seven to focus on shoring up a run defense with a Will Johnson that was inconsistent last year, right? You get two elite corners. That would set Panthers apart and I'm thinking a competitive NFC South. That's just me. That's just me. Scooby. What are you chewing on? Sorry, I didn't know what my dog was chewing. Let's get over here real quick. Share my screen. But yeah, I mean, you can make a case for a lot of guys, man. You can. You can make a case for a lot of these guys. Like I said, we could go over here. We talked about a dual card. We talked about Mason Graham. Talked about Will Johnson, right? Like if you go over to Malachi Starks, right, a guy. They haven't even put their analysis on these guys yet, which is interesting. I'm surprised they haven't yet. Are we looking here? Are we good here? All right, I think we're good. All right. Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker, linebacker from Georgia. Hatred, yeah. I just don't know if he's a first round pick though. He's getting a lot of love lately, so his draft stock could go up. I mean, again, guys, you got to think about it this way. Some of these guys, even though we're projecting them to go top 10, top 5, there's some guys that could, go through this combine and they could improve their draft stock real quick. Real quick. It doesn't take long for these guys' draft stock to shoot up through the roofs. And then next thing you know, he ends up getting taken in the top 10 and you don't even expect it because he had such a killer combine. That's the thing that happens all the time with the draft coming up, right? So but like Hatred said, Jalen Walker's a guy. But I mean, a guy like Malachi Starks, though, what's intriguing about Malachi to me is that we need some safety help. Like Xavier Woods was okay, but then just too inconsistent. Jordan Fuller was out for 4 games, came back, but then again was still inconsistent. Neither one of the guys, like Jordan Fuller, didn't even live up to the hype that I think that he got. Like Malachi Starks is widely regarded as the best safety in this draft. He offers an elite athleticism, a high football IQ, positional versatility. He reminds me of like a better Jeremy Chin and more athletic. Like he's capable of playing anywhere in the defensive secondary, whether he's a deep safety, whether he's a nickel defender, or even a hybrid box role. Like again, a guy that could allow JC Horn to shadow opposing number 1 wide receivers. That would help JC Horn be able to do that. You add a much needed playmaker on the back end with a guy like Malachi Starks, right? Like like I said, where's Jahad Campbell at? Like I do like Jalen Walker, don't get me wrong, but where do they have where do they have Jahad Campbell? Do they even PFF? How high low does Jahad Campbell at or is on PFF? Do they have Jahad Campbell pretty low? Jeez, PFF. Damn, they got him all the way down to 38. Wow. I mean, again, Jahad Campbell guy. I mean, Jahad Campbell is not a guy that's frequently getting mentioned in the top 10 conversation, let's be honest. But that could change, like I said, in the after the NFL combine. Like this is a guy that is an intriguing blend of size when you talk about it. 6'3", 244, speed, versatility. He has drawn comparisons. Jahad actually has drawn some comparisons to Micah Parsons because of the way that he excels at both the edge rusher and off the ball linebacker. I mean, that makes him a valuable chess piece for any defense, right? I like that, right? Out of him, you know. Again, I also like Mikael Williams, the edge out of Georgia. I do like him as well. I think Mikael Williams could be a sleeper pick. But he's a guy that I'm not going to take at number 10. For me, or at number 8, I feel like you need to take him, like trade down and get him. Like some of these guys, right? That aren't projected to go top 10. Like again, you get another thing with Mikael Williams is a guy that is another intriguing option in my opinion. I think he's got a combination of size that is very rare that he brings to the table. I think his speed and strength, what gives him the most potential into being a dominant edge defender. So the physical tools are there. But again, the NFL combine could see him rise up the boards like a guy think about it like this. Trayvon Walker climbed to the first overall pick in 2022. Like Mikael Williams or Jahad Campbell could end up, because of them having the physical tools, if they have a performance like that at the NFL combine, that could rise their draft stock like a Trayvon Walker. It happens every single year. You know what I mean? It happens every single year. So, I mean, that's what you always, a guy that I always look back at too when we talk about, drafting these guys. I always think about Javon Walker, man. I always think about, or Trayvon Walker. I always think about him because, man, did he should climb up the draft boards, man. I mean, that's a guy that climbed the draft boards after his combine, bro. I mean, just climbed up the draft board after that combine. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. So again, I think Joshua, you're talking about Kenneth Grant. Kenneth Grant's right there. Yeah, it's a guy you could trade down for. 6'3", 339. Mikael Williams, man, 6'5", 265. I mean, fucking big dude. Imagine him. Imagine running away. I mean, look, or imagine him coming after your ass. Jalen Walker, 6'2", 245. Nick Swartzen, 6'4", 285. Like, dude, these are some big time defenders. So again, I always just think, I mean, here's the thing, Josh. I wouldn't go after Mikael Williams. I wouldn't go after Mikael Williams unless we traded down. Like again, I'm not gonna go after Kenneth Grant unless I'm not gonna draft Kenneth Grant at 8. I'm not gonna draft Mikael Williams at 8. Right? Like the only two guys that I really want to draft at number 8 is Mason Graham and Abdul Carter. Malachi Starks, I would draft at number 8 just because of what he brings to the table. I think Nick Scorton is a guy that you could draft at number 8. And I think Again, a lot of these guys, and Josh, I know you said that, it's a big of a reach, but Josh, again, I always go back to Trey. I always think about Trayvon Walker, man. Trayvon Walker wasn't even projected. I don't even know if he was projected top 5, if I remember correctly. He may have been top 10, but then he got drafted number 1 overall just because of the combine. So, again, I think after the combine, we're going to see a lot of these draft simulators and draft boards look a lot different. That's what I'm saying. So Mikael Williams or Jalen Walker, any of these guys could end up being like a Trayvon. Like a Trayvon Walker. So that's all I'm saying. James Pierce Jr. Yeah, I mean, he could jump up. James Pierce Jr. could end up being a top 10 pick, like a Trayvon Walker. Like I said, I just think that right now, if we're going based off of what we really want, and like what everybody wants in Carolina, it's Abdul Carter, Mason Graham. Let's be honest. Those are the top 2. I guarantee if you did a poll right now between Mason Graham and if we do a poll right now between Mason Graham and Abdul Carter, and you did it just to Carolina Panthers fans, I guarantee you the majority would be Abdul Carter. Joshua Lilly says we need a wide receiver. We do. But I'm not drafting a wide receiver at number 1 overall when the biggest need on the defense. If we're ranking the most wanted things that we need this year in Carolina is revamping this defense. I'm just going to put would you rather draft ... Abdul Carter or Mason Graham. Now watch all y'all go vote for Mason Graham because I said that. Oh, let me end that poll. Hold on. Let me redo another poll. Hold on. There we go. Or Mason Graham. Here we go. Sorry, I'm working on this poll. Here we go. All right, there we go. That's better. Worded it correctly. Right? Offense towards the end wasn't the struggle. I'm all in on Abdul, yeah. What wide receiver are in at top 10? Well, I mean, technically, you got Travis Hunter and you have Luther Burden. And I think, and then of course you got McMillan. Again, McMillan won't be here. When we do the mock draft, guys, most of the Luther Burden will probably be there, but I know McMillan won't be there, and I know Travis Hunter won't be there. Which we're gonna start this up here, anyways. So, who will Carolina draft at number 8 overall? We'll see. Once it comes down to it, I'm just looking. I'm going to be paying close attention to the NFL Combine because, again, like I said, man, I won't be surprised if there's someone out there that jumps up the draft board. Cam Ward, Mason Graham. Okay. That, what the fuck? All right. Well, this is weird. I mean, most of the guys I thought would go off went off, but not in the positions I thought they would go. I'll tell you that. But see, every time I've done one on PFF, ladies and gentlemen, Mason Graham's off the board. Abdul Carter's off the board. Right? Abdul Carter's off the board. Now we got 2 trades here. They're interested in trading. And Buffalo's interested in trading. Now, before we keep diving into this, let me get to some of these comments. I don't think we have the option for those two, in my opinion. I don't think we need to move up to get Carter Graham. All the pick before us should be a quarterback and corner. Unfortunately, Clay, those 2 players are going to be gone. Yeah, I mean, I know. Trade down and then get Michigan's pass rusher. I'm probably gonna do. Let's see. I'm definitely gonna trade down. I think a team that would be interesting to trade down with is the Cowboys at 12. The reason why I say that is because Ashton Genty's right here. I could be like, hey, Dallas, I'm going to take Ashton Genty. Give me the number 12th overall pick. And then you could put, this is something I could see us doing, be like, hey, we see that Ashton Genty's on the board. We're going to take him, but if we don't have to take him if you guys, give us your 12th pick and like an extra 3rd round pick or 2nd round pick, and then maybe some future capital in there. So, it'd be interesting. That would be a great trade for a team for us, I think. Yeah. I mean, Will Campbell for a tackle right now could be huge too, because you could be like, hey, San Francisco or Miami at 13. Hey, we're thinking about taking Will Campbell. If you give us this, that, and the other, maybe I'll hold off on taking Will Campbell. Or, that's another trade in my mind that I'm looking at. Same thing for, see if there's another one in here. Someone that would be a decent team to trade with. I don't know. I could also see the Bengals trading up. Keep the number 8 pick and then trade for pick number 32. I don't know how I would do that. Let me see here. I'm not trading either one of these guys. I'm going to see if Dallas is interested, though. See if Dallas is really interested. See what I can pull here. All right, we'll go with 8, 12. Give me this in a future second. Not interested? Really? Ashton Genty's on the board? How are you not interested in the 8th pick? Well, they took that. But that just seems like booty cheeks to me. I hate trading in these simulators. I just think it's, ugh. We'll rock it. Fuck it. We just got an extra 3rd round pick. If that really happened in real life, I wouldn't even be mad about it. Damn, they took Josh Simmons. I thought they'd take Abdul Ashton Genty. Ashton Genty's still on the board. They took Luther Burden, they took Nick Scorton, and they took Will Campbell. Interesting. Interesting. All right. We gotta start this over, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm like, what kind of settings is this? The thing you're doing, can you put in chat the link? Oh, for the PFF draft simulator, Josh. Yeah. This is the PFF draft simulator right here. Again, guys, also if you do use PFF to get this full simulator like this, you have to pay like $9 a month. So just so you know, the only reason why I can go do full 7 rounds is unless you pay because I pay $9 a month. Just so you know. Just so you know. All right, let's enter this again. Let's start it over. All right. I'm ready. We messed up that draft pad. No, y'all didn't do it. It's these simulators, man, are just I don't know. Like this should be Cam Ward. This should be really Shador. Yeah, I mean it either should be Shador or I mean Mr. Hunky Dory only got shut down in one game. All right, so all right, we're back to square one. And trap it is, well that you guys just that's why I tell you guys to just like, subscribe, click that post notifications bell. Helps out a lot. I don't ask for your pick 21 is actually ain't bad. 21. Who could I get at 21? The problem is Pittsburgh. Okay, Pittsburgh's. You know what? We're just gonna go with the team that is interested. All right. If no other team's interested, I'm not gonna trade with them for now on. All right. So you're interested. It's definitely lopsided. Um, they would accept that. You want to give me all your picks? There ain't no way Pittsburgh would accept this pick. I doubt the Jets get Abdul. I've heard the Jets are interested in him, honestly. There's no way Pittsburgh takes all of this. So my idea would be if I trade I'm trying to think of an ideal trade. I'm really trying to think. What would be an ideal trade? I think an ideal trade would be like either you get a 8th overall pick and a first round pick next year, or we get an 8th overall pick, a second, and a third rounder in the same year. And then swapping additional mid round picks to balance the value out. So I could see this. And maybe something like that. Or something like this. Hmm. Yeah, but I'm trying to make this realistic as possible, though. Hmm. All right, what if we trade down to like 15? Who's at 15 then? Not trading with the Falcons. Not trading with the Falcons. I'll try Pittsburgh again. I'll try Pittsburgh or Dallas again. We'll trade down to 12. I'll give them an 8. Okay. They give me their first, their second, and their fourth. That's what I'm gonna do. I think that's a fair trade. You give me something like that. You give me something like that. Damn. Okay, how about this? It's either that or you give me a third and you give me that. All right. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. We got the 12th pick, but we also got the 76th pick and the 150th. I'm okay with that. All right. So we only moved down 4 spots. We didn't go down to the 20th pick. All right. This is my first time doing trade backs this year in this damn thing. So they took William Campbell. They took an edge rusher. All right. So what do we got? Like, obviously, we need to go and look at. Now we got to look at edge rushers. So we got to make a decision here. So do we go edge? Or do we go defensive line? Or do we go linebacker? So it's like you got Mikael Williams, Kenneth Grant. Like, I mean, here's the thing, man. You know, you go after Kenneth Grant. You know, I'm not opposed to Kenneth Grant. I'm not opposed to him at all. He does remind me of like a Travis Jones or a Devontae Wyatt, if you ever heard of those guys. But again, you're talking, and here's the thing, man. You're talking about like I'll tell you this about Kenneth Grant. There's one thing about Kenneth Grant that is intriguing about him. The dude's an athletic freak, bro. If you don't know, you need to know. A guy who is 6'4", 360 pounds, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, and runs a sub 540. A sub 540. That's fast for a dude who's 6'4", 360. If you didn't know that. I mean, the thing is he's effective in multiple defensive alignments. Definitely displaying some versatility across the line. I like a lot. I do like a lot. Great hands, powerful tackler, high motor, great pursuit of speed for a guy like him. Excellent run defender. He's able to anchor that line. He holds his ground well in double teams. I've noticed when you watch him. Very disruptive in the backfield. The problem he struggles is the problem he has is maintaining consistent getting leverage, right? He's not and he's not a guy that can handle a full-time workload, which that does kind of like I say he has a high motor, but his workload, he can't handle a full workload. Like his stamina does sometimes raise some concern for me. He needs to develop a wide repertoire of pass rushing moves. I feel like if he wants to succeed at the next level, but overall, a guy that could excel in a 4-3 defense or a 3-4 defense, right? The versatility that he brings definitely allows that. Again, for Michael Williams, the thing is about Michael Williams, I do again. You're talking about a big son of a bitch, man. 6'5", 265. Honestly, I'd rather have Princely, Amon Million, or James Pierce Jr., or even Jack Sawyer, right? And I like Michael Williams, but I would take those three guys over him. I would take those three guys over him, in my opinion. He brings a lot to the table, in my opinion. I think he does. I think he brings a lot to the table. Again, he's another Trayvon Walker. A lot of people compare him to Trayvon Walker. I think he's also got some comparisons to. No, that was Jahad Campbell. Sorry, never mind. Jahad Campbell got to Micah Parsons. No, it wasn't Michael Williams. So, but he reminds me of like a Jeremiah Johnson too, or Patrick Jones as well. Like that's who he reminds me of. I mean, you're talking about a massive guy who's got this raw power at the point of attack. Like if you're going to get him, I think in this situation, since we already trade back, I'm not going to trade back again. I'm going to take Kenneth Grant here. And I'm going to hope either a Princely out of Carter probably won't fall to 8. Is he viewed as the best pass rusher in this whole draft? Nervous, yeah. I would bet Williams falls to mid. Again, Josh, again, wait till his combine. I wouldn't take that bet with anyone. He's getting a lot of good comparisons, like Trayvon Walker. Like I said, he's actually gotten compared to Trayvon Walker. He's also gotten compared to Jeremiah Johnson. So, which aren't bad guys to be compared to, man. I think another guy that people don't sleep on. I really do think the guy Nick Scorton out of Texas A&M. Don't sleep on him. Again, I think a lot of these guys will their draft stock will change once that combine happens. So Princely fell off the board. Hopefully Kyle Kennard is still there. Hopefully Kyle Kennard is still there. Landon Jackson's off the board. Maybe LT Overton's still there. I was going to say JT might still be in that. Kyle. Oh, Lord. Jahad Campbell. There he goes. We got such a high second round pick, man. This sucks. Because of the Rams. Rams winning. They hit us where it hurt. I knew the Rams were going to beat the Vikings, man. I knew they were. Maybe LT Overton might still be there. I didn't see him come off the board yet. Let me see who's still there. Come on, don't take anybody. We also got the 58th pick. No, we got the 74 and the 76 going forward. Let's see. All right, let's see. What do we got at edge here? All right, we ain't got shit at edge. Jared Ivey. Fuck. Do I got at least a linebacker? Damn, dude. Jared Ivey. I mean, I'm not opposed to Jared Ivey. I mean, honestly, I would take Tyler Barron over Jared Ivey. I would. I would take Jared. I would take Jared or Tyler Barron over Jared Ivey, in my opinion. I like Tyler Barron over Jared Ivey, in my opinion. I mean, 6'6", 285. Tyler Barron, 6'5", 260. You know, and the reason why I would take Tyler Barron over Jared Ivey is I think he's just he reminds me of like a Jackson Hunt. Remember him out of Houston Christian? I don't know if y'all remember him or not. Or if you remember like Miles Murphy out of Clemson or KJ Henry. That's who Tyler Barron reminds me of. I think Tyler Barron in a 4-3 defense is a guy who could put his hands in the dirt and be a defensive end for you, right? Got great speed. But in a 4-3-4 system, I think his ability to play standing up makes him a viable option at outside linebacker, where his coverage skills will need to. He'll probably have to just develop his coverage skills, right? He'll probably have to just his coverage skills. We go with Jared Ivey. I'm looking at my draft board, what I put down for these guys. NFL ready, 6'5", 285, carries weight well, with room to add more funk or add more mass. He's best suited for a 4-3 defense here. I think for another thing is you gotta look at corners. You got Zy Alexander. And Chris Paul Jr. as a linebacker isn't bad. Sebastian Castro I wouldn't be mad at, but I might take Chris Paul. I honestly might take Chris Paul here. Chris Paul, no, he's not related to the basketball player. I like Chris Paul's like a top 6 linebacker in this draft, easily. Reminds me a lot of Cedric Gray from North Carolina last year, or he reminds me of a Nick Bolton out of Kansas City. Nick Bolton out of Kansas City. He brings immediate value in that sub packages, great in coverage, quick trigger against the run, so he fills gaps well. He can match up in routes, communication, defensive adjustment. That's what stands out for me when I watch him. I think he can translate well to teams who are running multiple fronts that emphasize speed and pursuit for the second level. Could be a good starting will linebacker. I think for me, I might take the chance and go with Chris Paul here and then get possibly my main man out of Miami. But I might be taking a risk. Man, I'm not drafting no kicker. There's plenty of kickers we can sign in the offseason. Someone will be available. Or you could just bring someone in that doesn't get drafted. Okay, perfect. Damn, Deion Walker's right here. Shit. Who's at my edge rusher position? Oh, he's like 88. I might have to take him at 76. Quandarius Robinson. He didn't play much though. Yeah, I was about to say. He'd be a lot higher if he didn't get injured. I think he got injured. Probably gonna take Tyler Barron, but I wouldn't. I mean, shit. Well, we got Maxwell Harrison here. Maxwell Harrison's a stud. But damn, we got my boy. Oh, this is tough for me. So we got our linebacker. We got a linebacker. We got a defensive lineman. We got to go corner here. I think I'm going to take Maxwell Harrison. He's better than what PFF gives him, in my opinion. Like I think Maxwell Harrison is a way better player than people give him credit for. Like, or especially even for what PFF is giving him. I think he's a better player than this. He could climb in the top. He's a top 10 corner in this draft, I think. Reminds me a lot of like a Greg Newsome or Naheem Pritchett, Kobe Bryant out of Cincinnati, if y'all remember him, or if y'all know who that is. Guy's got great ball skills for a corner, and when you watch him play, he's a great zone corner. I think he'd be a great zone corner. Route running recognition's there. He's got all of that, can contribute in the cover 2 and cover 3 in those heavy schemes. I think the versatility allows him to line up on the outside, or you could put him in the slot. I like that about him. He may find his early niche in the nickel. I know that we've got Charles Smith Wade, but you never know. This guy could pan out on the outside. I mean, you're talking about a 6'1", 186, which is also seems to be the size that they've been going after anyways. So I'm going to draft Maxwell Harrison. Now, this is probably going to be a reach pick for PFF, but we got to get an edge rusher, and he's going to be gone, and I'm not picking up any of these guys on the back end. I mean, I might be able to get Kamon Rucker, but I'm not going to draft Kamon Rucker. And, you could get Josiah Stewart, but I don't even know if he's going to be there at 109. So I'm not taking the chance. So I'm going to get my edge rusher here. They're probably going to give me an F on that. They might be generous and not. Guys, again, make sure you do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on new content. I greatly appreciate it. I would greatly appreciate it. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's get some tunes going. Let's get some tunes going. All right. Let's see where we're at. We got an extra pick here. We got a couple of extra picks, actually. We might even be able to double up on edge rusher or something. Tough being the captain's chair. Yeah. Imagine we got Brooks back actually healthy. I know. A fully healthy Brooks changes everything. It could. It could change a lot. I don't know if it changes everything, but it could change a lot. That's for sure. All right. So this is what we're looking at. Kenneth Grant, Chris Paul, Maxwell Harrison. All right. Now, I'm probably going to be looking at probably might start looking at some offensive positions. The reason why I'm going to probably be looking at some offensive positions is I do need to get some guys in at. It wouldn't hurt to get some maybe a center, maybe somebody that maybe a safety here wouldn't hurt as well. I'm not taking Rod Moore there. Savion Jones is not bad. Not bad. We're at 109. I prefer Grant, but neither will be there. Well, that's why we traded back here, Nick. We traded back, got Kenneth Grant. I was able to get the 12th pick and an extra 3rd and 4th round. So it worked out. The X Factor choice for us is Jalen Walker. Yeah, again, I keep telling people, I think guys that you look at these draft boards now and you think, they got Nick Scorton at 10. They got, whoever at, whatever. I think that a lot of these guys, y'all got to remember, I'm telling you, think about Trayvon Walker, man. The guy I don't even think was top. I think he was top 10. I don't think he was top 5 in that draft or projected top 5. And ended up going number 1 overall. So, again, after the combine, I'm going to tell you right now, the PFF draft board is going to look a lot different. And the draft simulator on how these things go, and a lot of these draft boards and draft simulators out there, a lot of things are going to look different after that combine's over with. I'm telling you that right now. I'm telling you that right now. All right. Appreciate that, Nick, though. Appreciate you coming in and showing your support and love, my guy. Really do. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the next. All right, we're at 109. Again, we got Kenneth Grant. We went with Chris Paul, the linebacker, guy who can play, is very versatile. I like that about him. That's why we went with him. Of course, most of the edge rushers were gone at that point, so there's really nothing I could do. So I went with the best linebacker that we needed. Guy who could play will linebacker possibly for us. Maxwell Harrison, a guy that can play nickel or the outside, a great cover 2, cover 3 type of guy. And then Tyler Barron, what I think is a better pick out off the edge than getting a guy that we were comparing to earlier, which was, I want to say it was, who's the other edge rusher at that time when I drafted him? That was there. I'm trying to think. He went off the board. Oh, Quandarius Robinson was one of them. I just think that he's a better pick. I just think he's a better pick than Quandarius. So I'm going to go. That's why we went there. So, all right. So let's continue. I'm going to look at some wide receivers here just to take a peek. Torrey Horton is very intriguing, honestly. Torrey Horton at 109 is not bad. I might even take him at 112. I might try to see what we got here. Tight end wise, okay, nothing. What do we got offensively? Running backs, anything? I might be able to hit some of these guys on the back end, like Ollie Gordon. Might be able to get him at 164. Or I might wait to get Raheem Sanders at the end. I might hold off on that. Inside. Nothing intriguing. No. Safety, Rod Smith. No. So we did edge, defensive line, corner. Fuck it. I'm going to take Torrey Horton here. We need some Clemson players. What do you think? I should go take Barrett again, take Barrett Carter, and then go. I don't know. Maybe getting Savion Jones. Double up on the edge rushers, just because. Like, think about it this way: we got Tyler Barron, but we didn't get really any of the elite guys. So should I get a Savion Jones? Which wouldn't be a bad. They could get Barrett Carter, right? I mean, I'm not opposed to Barrett. I just don't think he. Here's the thing that I like Horton too. The thing for me with Barrett is Carter Barrett is that I feel like for me his draft stock has gone down. I felt like Barrett Carter's draft stock did go down a little bit. He's a coverage linebacker. He's definitely a third-round pick. I do like him, though, because he does remind me of, if y'all remember Alabama, the guy named Henry Oto, or whatever his name was. I'm not even sure if I pronounced that correctly. I like him a lot. A lot of upside with Barrett. I think he's an upside type of linebacker right now. He's a 3-down linebacker. Great sideline to sideline range, great coverage. Great in sub packages. He can match up well with tight ends and running backs. I'll give him that. His blitzing ability adds another dimension to his game. Trying to think of what else his instincts in zone coverage and route recognition. I mean, the way he plays should translate to the next level. He's just undersized for me, right? You go look at his size. He's 6'1", 230. Right. That can lead to some issues when you're taking on blocks for an offensive lineman. Okay. So I think his run instincts definitely need to develop a little bit more going forward, because sometimes he occasionally ends up going into the incorrect gap that fits. His tackling technique definitely does need some work on. I do like him, but I'm just looking around here. He might be just the best pick at this moment in time, though. He might just be the best pick at the moment in time. Yeah. All right, we'll go Barrett. We'll take a chance on Barrett. Again, Barrett could end up being a Trayvon Walker, man, and he'll surprise me at the combine and end up, balling out. This is where I'm going to take Torrey Horton, though. I'm not going to let that man slide off my board. If you don't know anything about Torrey Horton, you need to know. You need to do your research. Guy's an absolute stud, okay? An absolute stud at the wide receiver position. I'll tell you this right now. He should be on everybody's watch for the later rounds. He's I probably would put him top 15 wide receiver in this draft. So he kind of reminds me of like a Malachi Carter or a George Pickens almost. I think he's got the physical tools to be a great wide receiver, the next level. Great production to make an impact. I think his ability to stretch the field vertically is what is so intriguing about him. Right, great size, great speed. Um, he's an enticing prospect for sure. All right, cool beans. Let's see here. What are we looking at here? What are we looking at? Where are we at? 140. All right, I think I'm gonna stick with my instincts here, and I'm gonna go with. Man, I've already broken this guy down a couple of times. I'm gonna take a center because we need a true center. Jonah Monaheim, again, I think is a if Carolina didn't draft him, he's gonna be starting wherever he goes. He's going to start wherever he goes. Okay. Interesting. Come on. Dude, wait a minute. Is Higgins still in here? Oh, O'Donnell. And guys, don't sleep on O'Donnell Fortune out of South Carolina. Don't sleep on him. This is where I think I need to get a safety. A safety's coming up. What should I go tight end here now that I got extra picks? Anthony Belton. Hello. Jack Wills Nelson. Terrence Ferguson. Could be an interesting guy. I'm interested, but I'm not like fully sold. If that makes sense. I'm interested, but I'm not fully sold. Yeah, I'm not fully sold. Let's see. Kenneth Grant, Chris Paul, Maxwell Harrison, Tyler Barron, Barrett Carter. All right. Do I take a tight end here? Do I take the Terrence Ferguson pick? I don't know, man. I don't know. This is a tough one. Now, because I'm in a position now where it's like, where do I go from here? Where do I go from here? Russell Leamy says Barno could develop as a depth as well. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like we've been waiting for Barno too long. I feel like we've been waiting for Barno to finally like just come out of his shell for such a long time. With that speed, man, you would think with that speed he'd be able to do a little bit more. Man, I am twist and turned here right now. Move Barno to linebacker for all I care. He might be better outside linebacker, so he can get up to speed. Maybe like if that makes sense, like get up to speed, like because he's so fast. Maybe he needs some more space to get more acceleration. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna go with Michael Taft, the safety. Great versatile safety. Again, I think he's a guy that could. He's great in coverage, but also could be a very versatile. He kind of is like he's a lower Malachi Starks, right? I think that's what Taft is, in my opinion. If that makes sense. He's not as good as his co-partner in Makabu. I can't remember his name or how to pronounce it. But I like Michael Taft. I think he's a guy that he's a zone slot, nickel safety type of guy. I think great instincts, especially in zone coverages. He's great at counteracting on underneath coverage. He's got natural space and field to for manipulation of route distribution. So that's why I took Taft there. And then I'm gonna take what was I looking at? That was like, man, I might do it. Which one was it? It wasn't. I don't think it was Jack Nelson. Man, it wouldn't be bad to bring in some linebacker depth, that's for sure, or some left tackle depth, which I'm not opposed to. But then there is a linebacker I'm looking for, but I think he's going to be there later on, so I might. Shit. I mean, you can never go wrong with building the trenches. And we already, how many edge rushers did we pick already? We got Tyler Barrett. Well, I mean, Braden Swinson would not be a bad idea, actually, here. Get Braden Swinson. So go Braden Swinson at 155. If you don't know who Braden Swinson is, you need to go. Not guy out of LSU. Braden Swinson out of LSU. Great edge rusher. He kind of reminds. I'm not gonna lie to you. Kind of reminds. I think he could be a dark horse guy in the later rounds like this. A lot of people actually have him projected as a second round pick, but somehow he's here, and PFF has him lower than that. But a lot of people have. I've seen a lot of people say, "Well, this guy reminds them of Will McDonald." I don't know how true that is. Oh, he is? Well, I did not know that, Hayden. Did not know that. That's part of these mock draft processes. I did not see that about Michael. I like Braden Swinson, though. He could be a guy. I mean, if you go watch his tape, he's definitely a redefined pass rusher. Got great burst off the edge. Got great hand fighting ability. He can deploy immediately in a lot of sub packages the way he's built. He does need to bulk up a little bit based off my understanding, but effective operator from a 2-point stance situation. He's got the toolbox to really rip combinations, develop long arm movement. I think he's a guy that is definitely best scheme fit for him is a 3-4 outside linebacker in a pressure heavy system that emphasizes and stunts and multiple alignments, and that that's another thing. I think Braden Swinson's a guy not to sleep on for a guy that fits Evero's defense, in my opinion. Well, excuse me. And y'all have heard me talk a lot about this next guy. I'm going to go because I don't think I have another linebacker. Oh, I did. I already got 2 linebackers. Never mind. Maybe I might add to that front. What else we got? We got a wide receiver. We got that. Maybe I could bring in another 165. What about outside tackle? Well, what do we got tackle wise? No. Tackles are gone. We got doubled up on edge. We doubled up on linebacker. We got any decent? Oh, I mean, Noel Williams falling all the way down here is not a bad move, honestly. Yeah, I like that. Double up on corner. That's not bad. I mean, that's what this is what happens when you draft or when you trade back. This is what happens when you trade back. What's up, Mad Chatter? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Everyone, make sure you do me a favor. Make sure you smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on new content. All right. We're back up. Now, this is just where I kind of just get creative. Let's see what wide receivers we got. Okay. Offensive tackles. Probably going to go Jalen Rivers. Guy who's versatile, left guard and left tackle. So I'll get him. Running backs will probably. Oh, damn. Is Donovan Edwards even coming out this year? I don't even know. I guess the last picks don't really matter now, do they? So we could take Jordan Hancock. Nicholas Martin isn't bad either. Oh, Howard Cross. There we go. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. All right, we're going to get Howard Cross like that. And then we're going to get, where's he at? We're going to get Jalen Rivers. Please tell me there's there ain't no more running backs left? Wow. Okay. Interesting. Jimmy Horn Jr. You know what? We'll make the last one fun. We'll take, where's he at? Nazir Stackhouse. Damn, he's all the way up there now. Yeah, he's not left. Donovan Edwards is right there. All right, I'll rock that. Get a running back at the end. Just in case things don't work out. This probably is not going to be as good as the first one. This is not going to be as good as the first one. Yeah, because it's going to say go after Luther Burden, and then you get Kenneth Grant, Chris Paul, Maxwell, Tyler Barron, Barrett Carter, okay, B-, Horton, John Monaheim, Michael, Braden Swinson, B+ as well. So B overall. Okay, not bad. I thought it was going to be worse. No, I thought it was going to be worse. So, again, man, it's going to be interesting who they pick. I think from Carolina's standpoint, they're going to pick a lot of teams. Or, I mean, not pick a lot of teams. It'll be interesting what Carolina does at that number 1 overall pick. It's going to be hard for them, I think, for them to get the Abdul Carter or the Mason Graham. I just think it's going to be too hard. Damn, by the way, that poll we just did, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I told you the majority was going to vote. We got 37 votes within the hour. And we have who would they draft at number 8? And y'all literally voted 76% of you that Abdul Carter would get is who Carolina's going to draft. Crazy. Again, so hey, appreciate everyone joining the live stream. That's your mock draft 2.0. That is the second true mock draft that we've done. We're going to do one each and every week like that, where I break down some of the players, give you my thoughts of them, at least from what I know of. And yeah, we're going to do that at least once a week. Okay. But yeah, I just think that the Carolina Panthers, man, at number 8, I'll say this. It's a critical opportunity to accelerate their rebuild and address key roster deficiencies. And so whether they focus on strengthening the defense with a pass rusher like Abdul Carter, I mean, again, they could take a gamble on the upside of getting a dynamic playmaker for the offense like McMillan, right? You don't know. You know, so with Bryce entering his second season, the front office must prioritize adding impact players who can elevate this team's performance in 2025 and beyond. So there is some pressure for Dan Morgan and this staff to get this pick right, as the franchise future kind of success does hinge on it, right? You got to think about it. And you want to build this defense up now so that with Bryce Young coming into his own now, right, after what we saw the last 10 games of the season, you know, it's significant to get a defense ready for him if he continues to play like the last 10 games of this past season, right? So appreciate everyone of y'all. Appreciate everyone in here. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream, always coming in and showing your love and support. Everybody in the chat, you know, Hayden, Mad Chatter, Marcos Cash, Russell, Josh, Nick, Tri-State, Four City Kitty, Josephia Millen, Mr. Hunky Dory, Trap X, you know, Nervish, Fabian Thompson, Matthew Machado, Rock Jones, Zero to Hero, all you guys. Appreciate everyone that comes in here, shows your support. Joshua Lilly. And again, Eric Blair, Hatred. Who else is in here? I feel it. Earl Locklear, Jadarius, the Experience. All of y'all. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream again. Do me a favor. Josh. I don't know if I said you, but Josh. Again, appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Again, if the Carolina Panthers and NFL content is your bugaboo, come check me out over here on the Rockstar Report. So appreciate y'all. Love you guys. Always keep pounding.